Muy buenas, ¿qué tal estáis? Bienvenidos una vez más al directito de ciscoverygame. Bueno, después de mucho tiempo, hemos vuelto al Genshin Impact. ¿Quién lo diría? Dije en su día, no, yo lo dejo, porque es que me llega a aburrir, no sé qué, no sé cuánto. Y al final, ¿qué es lo que pasa? Al final, pues caemos en la tentación otra vez y volvemos a jugar a este pedazo de juego. ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Hay 1.000.000.000.500.000 millones de cosas que hay que hacer. Cosas que, obviamente, vamos a ir despacito, ¿vale? Hay cosas que hacer, hay cosas que tenemos que... Si podemos hacerlo en 10 días, mejor que mejor. Si no, pues no pasa nada. Haremos esto ahora, ¿vale? Y, en fin, tenemos un montón de cosas. Tenemos misiones legendarias nuevas. Tenemos... Bueno, esto es lo que es, no hay más. Hemos probado personajes que no teníamos ya. Esto no hemos hecho nada. Esto de la tetera, dulce tetera, no sé lo que es. O sea, es algo nuevo que para mí se me escapa de mis conocimientos, ¿vale? Sé que ha habido cosas nuevas en el juego y demás, pero no sé lo que es. Así que vamos a ir poquito a poco. También, misiones. Tenemos aquí mogollón y medio de misiones. Tenemos un montón que podemos ir haciéndolo y podemos ir, pues, bien dicho, hacerlo directo y lo haremos todo del tirón, ¿vale? Hay misiones legendarias. ¿Y dónde está lo de las llaves? Que nunca me acuerdo dónde era, tío. Esto no es, ¿verdad? No, esto lo que me va a pedir es esto, vale. ¿Dónde está? Había una de misiones legendarias que ahora mismo no recuerdo cuál era. A ver, vamos a ir mirando por aquí mejor. Misiones, estas eran las misiones. Bueno, han metido personajes nuevos, como siempre. Hay cosas nuevas. Nuevo. Y no sé si han metido región nueva o... Vale, aquí, ¿vale? Tal. Hay tal cantidad de cosas nuevas que es que no sabía yo nada de esto. O sea... Es que... Ah, no, estos son cosas ya hechas. Creo que esto ya está hecho, ¿eh? Esto ya está hecho. Vale, pues entonces... ¿Dónde estaba lo de las misiones estas que yo lo que hacía era abrir... Ah, bueno, han puesto algo de unas encuestas, eventos especiales, creo que era. No, los eventos especiales me va a abrir un navegador, ¿verdad? Me va a abrir el navegador. Eventos, mapas, misiones... Había una que ahora mismo no caigo cuál es. Dame un segundillo, ¿vale? Que voy a quitar esto que entorpece. Esto de aquí, por favor, fuera. Vale. A ver si me acuerdo que... Bueno, ajuste de equipo, ya sabemos que hay cosas nuevas. Eventos... Es que no sé si eran eventos. Es que... ¿Puede ser este? A ver. Esto era. Vale. Misiones legendarias. Hemos desbloqueado este de aquí, creo. Pero vaya... Faltan por estas 3, ¿no? O sea, que tenemos cosas que hacer. O sea, tenemos muchas cosas que hacer. Entonces, dicho esto, vamos a empezar. Vamos a darle un poquito caña. Voy a hacerme esta misión que supuestamente tengo una por aquí, que es esta, la de la imagen perfecta, que esta es de hace ya eones, ¿vale? Vale, quiero entender que a vosotros os va bien el directo, se os ve bien. No como a mí, que a mí me está yendo como a trompicones. Pero bueno, ya queda poco. No os preocupéis, que ya mañana pediré el resto de cosas que hace falta de ordenador. En fin. Cosas, vale, sí, yo estoy viendo aquí que se os ve bien. Porque yo también lo tengo por aquí por el móvil para ver cómo va viéndose el directo y demás. Y en un principio no debería haber ningún problema. Vale, vamos a ver este tío de aquí. Es que... Ya os digo, hace como un mogollón de tiempo que no, ¿eh? Y te tengo una buena noticia. ¿Qué cosa? No, ya encontré la cosa del problema. Al fin logré encontrar a ese vendedor de no sé cuánto. Le explico mi problema, pero no se quiso creer. Afortunadamente tomaste muchas imágenes. De lo contrario, ese vendedor no reconoce sus errores. Gracias a tu ayuda, finalmente acepto inspeccionar el daguerrotipo que me vendió esto. Bla, 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 bla. Me alegro que esté bien. Venga, sí, me vas a contar tu historia. Entregar, ¿no? Vale, me da uno, ¿verdad? Perfecto, una cosa menos. Fuera. Vale. Quiero ver... Ahí tengo una interrogación arriba. No sé si lo veis. No sé cómo carajos acceder a eso. No tengo ni idea. Pero bueno, vamos al lío. Vamos a hacernos la misión... Esta no era... Festival de la Luna, ¿vale? Que como que acaba en 10 días o algo así. Y si no lo podemos ir quitando del medio, mejor que mejor. Así que vamos a ir a la misión. Que es esta, ¿verdad? Navegar. Vale, esto está aquí cerca, ¿verdad? Antes, he estado jugando un poquito antes para más o menos recordar un poquito el tema de la mecánica, la jugabilidad y toda esa historia. Vaya, los mecanismos, ¿vale? Por ahora, no hay ningún problema, así que más o menos me he acordado de cosas, ¿vale? Hay otras que, bueno, obviamente pues, se me escaparán o se me habrán olvidado. No lo sé, pero bueno, por ahora vamos haciendo esto como podamos y listo. Mira, aquí está mi amiga Shangli. No, Shangli no era...
Hey, guess who's here? Oh, no way! It's the Traveler and Paimon!
Di que sí.
Traveler, welcome. Good to see you.
We want some black-back perch stew!
All right, black-back perch stew it is. Make yourselves at home. It'll be right out for you in just a moment.
Thanks, Chef Mal! I was just thinking about you guys, and now you're here. It feels like you're... You mean you were about to come looking for us? Uh-huh. There's something I want to discuss with you guys. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here? Everyone's getting ready for the Moon Chase Festival.
Festival de la Luna.
Moon Chase Festival? Is that another one of Liyue's ancient... That's right! Moon Chase is a big festival where we celebrate the arrival of the fall by moonlight. The old folks say that thousands of years ago, this was the time of the year when the adept... But it's completely different nowadays. We eat our favorite foods, spend time with friends and relatives, enjoy the moon and the flowers. So much easier. Basically, we just do all the things that people like doing. Sounds like Paimon's kind of festival.
Paimon nunca decepciona, ¿eh? Puedo tirarme meses sin jugar que no va a decepcionar. Vale, creo que voy a quitar el tema de la cámara para que se pueda ver todo. La cámara... Vale, lo vamos a quitar para que podáis ver todo, ¿vale?
Hey, if you got a problem with Paimon's taste, just spit it out. So are you guys free these days? I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs. If possible, I'd like you to be my culinary consultant.
That's right. Getting some suggestions from friends will broaden your horizons.
Masterful Chefs, huh? So is that like a competition? Right, yeah. I guess every year, Moon Chase Festival has a different theme, usually picked by the Qixing. This year's theme is Feast of the Bounteous Land, so the Qixing decided to organize a cooking... Feast of the Bounteous Land. Pretty much sums up what Liyue is all about.
La verdad es que sí, vaya.
I totally agree. I heard it was Ningguang that came up with it. She's so amazing and so full of... Well, I want to take part in the competition, but coming up with new dishes is hard work. By the time you finally thought of some... So, I was thinking... I could get the two of you to help by gathering everyone's thoughts on what makes a great dish. This'll be a piece of cake. We've got friends from all over the map, haven't we? You sound pretty
La verdad es que es verdad.
Well, you know, not to brag or anything. But first things first, let's have a delicious one-man meal. After that, we can go around to all of our friends in Liyue. Okay, great. Also, Golbat should be back soon, so we can all go together.
Here's your
Perfecto.
black-back perch stew, folks.
It smells so good.
It's my pleasure.
Tras un delicioso festín...
That was so delicious. Theory confirmed. This is definite.
Xiangling can be a bit of a handful, so please look out for her while you're out and about.
Come on, Dad. Why would you say that?
Coño, es su padre. Vale, vale.
Because I know you all too well, my dear. That's why. You mustn't be quite so reckless when you're out in the wild, you understand? You do well to be a little more cautious. Like,
Don't worry. We're all friends here. Let's all look out for each other. Ah, and Guoma's back. Roly-poling around as usual. All right, let's pack up.
Vamos, venga. Vamos a ver qué hay que hacer. Con las manos en la masa. Festival de la luna. Muy bien. ¿Dónde vamos? Busca gente con la que hablar. Vale. Pues vamos para allá. Coño. Vale, quiero entender que haremos cositas por aquí por ciudad y toda la historia, así que eso va a venir de lujo. Que no tengamos que mover mucho. Hostia, ¿quién es?
So, it's outside the box thinking that we're looking for, right? Hutao always seems to have a unique perspective. So let's make this
Jutao.
our
No sé
first
ni
stop.
quién carajos es.
What? My ears are burning. Did somebody say my name?
La guía del más allá. La funeraria del camino. El camino de Liyue es un antiguo negocio encargado de celebrar funerales, ¿verdad? Era... Zhongli. Zhongli era el... Vale, sí. Su directora actual, la joven Hutao, es su 70 y... Bueno, 70 y tanto directora. Vale, muy bien. O sea, esta tipa creo que era alguien que hablaba con los difuntos o algo así, ¿no?
Yeah, it's Paimon and the Traveler. Oh, and Xiangling too.
Oh, of course, Hutao. Way outside the box.
Meaning you're here for some other reason, right? How might I be of assistance?
Well, Hutao, I wanted to ask you, what kind of food do you like?
What food I like? Off the top of my head, I don't really have an answer.
Wow. So even Hutao gets lost for words sometimes.
Come on, even the chirpiest birds clock out for the night, right?
Pretty sure clocking out isn't
Menuda
something
comparación.
birds do, but... Right. There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just pick a dish and tell me what you like about it.
I see. Launching a new dish? Well, let me say right off the bat, nothing weird, okay? Some poached fish, a side of shrimp dumplings. That is all you need.
Poached fish and shrimp dumplings. That's...
Well, it is and it isn't. Think about it. Poached fish is hot and spicy with a powerful aroma. It's a dynamic dish. Add a side of shrimp dumplings.
Dynamic? Oh, I can do that.
No, not that kind of dynamic. A dish is more than substance, it's a mood. Poached fish is red and spicy. It elicits a response from the eyes, ears, nose, and mouth.
Por favor, que te tienes que alimentar, no tienes que hacer ninguna otra cosa más.
Dumplings are more subdued, clear and smooth with a pure and subtle fragrance. I call that static. Combining dynamic and static.
Paimon didn't follow that at all. Okay. Dynamic and static. Opposite. So is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced? You know, a little meat, a little veg.
Bingo! Except I don't think you need to have a sweet dish for it to be a complete meal. Personally, I always skip dessert.
Okay, I think I got it. At first
Se
I
salta
thought
el
you were just
postre, o sea,
goofing
esta...
around, but
A ver.
actually, you make a really good
Para
point.
de hablar, por favor. Va. Reflexionemos sobre esto. ¿Se saltan los postres? Si eso es lo mejor del almuerzo. O sea, ¿qué cosa es mejor que el postre? Por favor. Ya no me cae bien, ¿eh? Está baneada de mi lista de personajes chachis. Joder, tío, es que se salte el postre. Eso es un delito, tío. Bromeando... Vale.
How did I ever doubt you, Hoot? When it comes to telling tales, the storytellers have got nothing on Hutao.
Sounds suspiciously like a compliment. Well, at least one of everything in this world runs on its own set of principles. Be it the circle of life or sugar.
Since the traveler seems to approve, I'll make sure to factor it in. Paimon thinks we're pretty much done here now. Let's head to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Oh, a la farmacia Bubú, ¿eh?
Yeah, you'll definitely get some interesting responses.
¿Esta no es la del Coco Cabra? Al menos recuerdo algo de eso. La farmacia Bubu era una niña zombie, si no me equivoco, que quería cosa de una criatura llamada Coco Cabra. No recuerdo el por qué era eso, tío. No recuerdo. Vale, vamos a ir cogiendo cositas de aquí. Que esto viene muy bien para misiones raras que tenemos por ahí, ¿no? Vamos a ver esto por aquí. Vale, así pillamos materiales, ¿no? Claro, es que hay que tener en cuenta que yo vengo de este juego, luego jugué al Breath of the Wild del Zelda y echaba de menos este tipo de juego, tío, porque relaja un montón. Es mundo abierto, puedes hacer lo que tú quieras. La verdad que no sé por qué lo dejé de jugar. Kiki. No me acordaba del nombre.
Oh, it's you. Why, if it isn't the special guest who seldom visit. Less busy than usual, I see. Yikes! What happened to Baishu's voice? Excuse me?
Es verdad, tenía una serpiente que hablaba.
Oh, it's just Changsheng.
Discúlpame, que es que tengo también una manzanilla puesta en mi...
Welcome. Here to procure an herbal remedy, I presume.
No. We actually came for the conversation this time. We're here to talk food. I'm entering this year's cooking competition, so I wanted to ask you both... Oh, wait, there's 3 of you. Most astutely self-corrected. You need to know what food It's all the same. No flavor.
Ves que esta es la niña zombie, tío. Es que no.
Chi-Chi has some gustatory dysfunction and can't taste any food. Make no...
Oh, I understand. That's fine. Still, I'd expect Chi-Chi to have some sort of dietary preferences, though. Sensation? Coconut milk. Nice. And... Well, that doesn't help us. It's not a dish. How about you two? Any thoughts? I like bite-sized morsels of meat.
I agree with Changsheng. Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. Dishes where the ingredients have been finely chopped, on the other. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a purely pharmaceutical perspective...
Got it! Would that be medicinal soups and stews? Medicinal soup.
Sopa medicinal.
I don't like it.
¿A quién le gustan las medicinas, tío? O sea, yo soy una de las pocas personas que puedo decir que soy antipastillas, por decirlo de alguna manera. Si me pongo malo y demás, yo me echo a dormir y ya me pondré bueno, ¿no? Que aunque bueno, depende también de cómo uno se encuentre. De mal, pues se toma un medicamento u otro. Pero, tío, yo normalmente paso de tomarme cosas porque sabes mal, es caca.
I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about the health implications these days. We've had quite the endless stream.
That's okay. Everyone's input counts. Keeping it seasonal and suitable for all ages. Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of nutritional balance than the kind of food I normally cook. I don't usually focus on medicinal properties, but since this is for a competition, maybe food with substance. Always better. Everyone will... It's a great suggestion. You're welcome. As long as we... It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective.
Oh, how you
Receptivity to sensible suggestions make for a Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Xiangling's favorite thing to do. You can be... Everyone's got their hobbies, and mine is cooking. Usually I just go with my own ideas, but great! That makes this whole trip worth it! Alright, time to move on to the next. So we've got an independent thinker's perspective and a health perspective.
Joder, madre mía. Mucho texto. Ya vi, yo nada más que venía por esto. Que no venía por otra cosa, tío. Venía por esto. Porque recuerdo que esto es una de las cosas que había que conseguir para las misiones semanales. Que tenía que recolectar cosas de una región a otra y no sé qué historias más. Pero vaya. Intentaremos a ver qué es lo que podemos hacer durante esta semana y listo. Venga, vamos a ir pillando esto. Esto también, esto también. O sea, es que hay un montón de materiales. Vale. Tenía que continuar por allá, ¿no? Ah, mira, las quisquillosas. Ahí están, ahí están.
Oh, it's the traveler in Paimon. And Xiangling.
Greetings, friends. It's been a while. Hey, what brings you here?
¡Arr! ¡Arr! ¿Qué os trae por estos lares? ¿Cómo se nota que es una piratuela? Beidou. No me jodas. Si a este personaje sí la conozco, si esta salió en algo, ¿no?
Something happened? What's with this great big stone on the ground?
Long story. So, just to confirm, I will assume responsibility for handling this.
None here. You know how to get things done, Kuching. As long as it's with you, I can rest easy knowing that it's in safe hands.
Should I take this to mean that you doubt the relative safety?
Huh? Well, for starters, Ketching is the one who's always out running errands, rain or shine. Besides, you don't seem to give a wooden more about this whole thing anyway, so what's it to you?
I was merely joking. You, meanwhile, seem only too ready to pounce when an opportunity to publicly By no means. You wish to know about the stone, I presume. Then let me invite the great seafarer Captain Beto to tell the story, if she would be so kind.
You... Fine. Well, it's a big one, right? And such a smooth surface, too. Makes you think there's gotta be a good chunk of jade in there.
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been underwater for years.
Finds like this cannot be kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office.
So, what's inside it?
Well, we've hit it with just about every weapon we could get our hands on and haven't managed to even dent it yet. Clearly there's more to it.
No weapon could smash it open. Wow. Paimon does...
Kuching has taken an unusually keen interest in this giant stone.
Let's put that aside for a second. Traveler, what...
Actually, we were looking for all of you. We need...
Oh? Hopefully not because there's been some sort of cataclysmic event.
No, nothing like that. Paimon's just getting carried away. I just wanted to ask everyone...
Food preferences?
I have rather simple tastes. Precise,
Preciso, puro,
pure,
inteligente y
smart,
sofisticado. ¿Cómo puede ser un gusto
sophisticated.
inteligente? ¿Cómo es eso,
That is
tío?
all I require.
That's your idea of simple, huh?
I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words.
A few weeks out on the open ocean would fix your flawed definition of simplicity.
What about you, Beto?
Me? If it's freshly cooked and piping hot, that floats my boat. If it's got...
Paimon thought you would have said bar food.
As for me, it's got to be...
Okay, got it. So, seafood. Piping hot, and that's where I would disagree. Traveler, surely you've heard of golden shrimp?
Oh my...
¿Cómo? ¿Albóndigas de macarón? Madre mía. Has mencionado mi plato favorito.
You need to wash and devein the shrimp, wrap it in finely sliced
De macarón,
potato
de
strips,
camarón.
and deep fry it to perfection.
Albóndigas de
There's
camarón.
no room for cutting corners.
No de macarón. Macarón es
They're
un
very
postre.
precisely put together. They taste pure. The presentation is smart, and the skill needed to cook them is highly sophisticated. It fit, huh? So what you're saying is, for all the frills and trills, good food is all the same at the core?
Muy buenas, Saúl, ¿qué tal está? Pues mira, estoy con el cuello de aquella manera. Llevo desde ayer que no me puedo... Bueno, me puedo mover, pero no puedo hacer unos movimientos X. Y al no hacer esos movimientos, pues he dicho... Pues vamos a tomárnoslo con mucha calma. Sí, voy a seguir con la historia, pero vamos a hacer primero misiones que tengo aquí que se acaban en poco tiempo y nos lo vamos a quitar del medio. Luego avanzaremos con el modo historia y bueno, y continuaremos con otras cosas que hay por ahí, ¿no? Pero es que tengo muchas misiones que hay que hacer, entre ellas el modo historia.
I heartily agree. Golden shrimp balls are a prime example. Their essence lies in combining art and nutrition in a single...
Okay, got it. So Kuching loves golden shrimp balls.
Sí, no te preocupes, yo ya... Es que lo que tengo es un desgarramiento muscular leve, muy leve. Y entonces, claro, al haber hecho un movimiento me ha hecho daño y así estoy. Pero vaya, que no te preocupes que ya me estoy tomando calmantes. Y vaya, no hacer ejercicio por ahora hasta que se me cure. Y aquí estoy tomándome una manzanilla. Aunque no me veas, porque me he quitado la cámara, porque quiero que contempléis el modo historia. Voy a cambiar el tema de cómo se ve el juego, ¿vale? Lo vamos a cambiar la plantilla para que me veáis a mí, para que podáis hablar. Y además, que se vea el juego en concreto. Porque es que si pongo la cam, por ejemplo, si pongo la cam, vais a ver que voy a tapar cosas de la historia. Y no me gustaría, la verdad. Entonces, para la próxima, que será mañana, haremos eso.
I didn't say that. Did I?
Alrighty. Thanks for all your input.
Traveler, Paimon, do you... Good. I'd like you to help me investigate something.
You picked the right people for the job. We investigate stuff all the time.
My thoughts exactly. The Chising has a public duty to deliver our final verdict to the fishermen. But there are all... I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moon Chase Festival. However, I have my own... My grandfather was a researcher of Liyue's traditions. In his notes, he indicated that there was a deity called the Stove God in ancient Liyue, which people paid tribute to. Very few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. One folktale even claims that the ancients found the Stove God's shrine, but there was no statue. Shortly after it was found, the stone was lost in transit, and it hasn't been seen since. After many years of researching ancient texts, my grandfather came to believe that the practice of paying seasonal tribute to the Stove God may be best described as a festival. But this is all just theory and conjecture. To prove any of it, we'd need... Now that Rex Lapis has passed on, and Liyue has entered the age of humankind, that's why I think the responsibility for this situation should fall to me. It's a chance to shed light on our history, revitalize an ancient tradition, and possibly... It was just a couple of days ago that we received this stone. Right after we decided to use food as the central theme for this year's festival.
3 birds with 1 stone, huh? That's pretty efficient. Hey, don't worry about that. This sounds super... Besides, we're only...
What? Why are you shouting?
Kuching, can I tag along for your investigation? Since it's all about the Stove God, I might get to learn something useful about cooking along the way. Please, let me come along.
If it means that much to you.
De acuerdo, supongo que puedes venir.
Really? Yay! Thank you.
Eres la mejor.
Now that that's settled, time to get going. Jingse Village is said to be home to a lot of
Vale,
historical
aldea
texts.
Jingse, ¿vale? Tenemos que ir para allá.
And it's off to Jingse?
A ver, no tengo todos los personajes, ¿vale? O sea, sé que han sacado nuevos, pero claro, como he tenido una inactividad muy grande con el juego, pues obviamente iré completando lo que pueda. Sí, parece que tienes que atraparlos a todos, es como el Pokémon, ¿no? Es como el Pokémon, más o menos igual. Vale, tenemos que ir para acá, ¿no? Pues venga, vamos para allá. Pero vaya, no tengo a todos los personajes. Me faltan una barbaridad. Me faltan... muchos. Me faltan muchos. Vale, ¿dónde tenemos que...? Vale, tenemos que ir para acá, ¿no? Venga. A ver la abuela esta que me dice.
Hi, Granny. We need your help with something. Are there any old books around Jingse Village?
Oh, looking for ancient tech. There is an old warehouse over there. property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Many books.
The Feiyun Commerce Guild's youngest? You must be talking about Xingqiu.
Paimon didn't know they had a warehouse here. Let's go take a look.
Sí, es su aniversario. Es decir, creo que no sé si ha sido hoy o ayer, no estoy seguro. Pero sí, ya es su aniversario. Y he pillado la recompensa que da del año, ¿no? Vale, quería ir a por algo que estaba brillando por aquí. Aquí, esto. Vale. Ah, el ratón que se me vuelve loco. Vale, a ver, tendría que ir por aquí, ¿verdad? Sí. Esto por aquí. ¡Epa! Vale, eso no es necesario. ¡Oh, el ratón! Ya recuerdo por qué dejé de jugar, ¿eh? Puto ratón. No, igualmente tengo que hacer algo con el tema del ratón. Voy a ver si me puedo traer unas alfombrillas nuevas. Y a ver si con eso soluciono el problema, porque creo que es por tema de la alfombrilla. ¡Hostia! Pero bueno.
I'm being robbed.
It came from that direction. Come on.
Nice and spicy.
You're in for a little shock.
Have a little
Let's
taste.
play. Boba, get them.
Picked the wrong
¿No soltan nada? ¿No han soltado nada? No, no han soltado nada. Lo que sí voy a ir a por este tipo de plantas que me van a venir muy bien. Vale, no sé si mirar el tema de jugarlo con mando. O sea... No, no es por la sensibilidad. Es que al levantar el ratón y volver a poner la alfombrilla como que se pierde. Es algo raro. A ver, ¿qué hacían estos ladrones?
I've come here to clean the book warehouse plenty of times before.
Are you all right?
I am, thanks to all of you. Hey, wait a minute.
We'll try not to take up too much of your time. I understand that this book warehouse is the property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
The stove god?
Huh? Really?
Yeah, a friend of mine who conducts research mentioned it once before. We use stoves for cooking, and stoves are built from rock. Some people think that the stove is a gift from the Lord of Geo. That's why.
Seems logical enough, but do you have any books on the topic?
I'm sorry.
Oh, any questions?
¡Hombre!
Please,
¡Hombre!
ask away.
Nuestro compañero, el loco de los libros.
Hey, it's Chongyun and Xingqiu.
¡Hostia! ¿Y este quién era?
Hello, one and all.
¿Este quién era? Este era... Nació de la familia exorcista. Un exorcista, es verdad.
Guys, what are you doing here?
I was bored with nothing to do, and thought I'd come out this way for a bit of reading. And then I thought,
Yes. I'm just along for the ride.
I see the Yuheng Kuching is with you. Whatever brings you here.
Master Xingqiu, if I may be so bold, do you happen to know if there are any texts on the subject?
Since I personally selected which volumes to store here, I do have, if my memory betrays me not, there is one volume among them called
Might I take a look?
Certainly. If it pleases my lady, I shall lead the way. Sheng.
En el almacén para consultar. No sé. Vale.
So did you find it?
Yes, Master Xingqiu has quite an exceptional memory. Demystifying the legends of... It says the following.
El cuerpo
The
de
body
dragón
of the dragon
blandía una
wielded a
cola que
tail that
podía
could
eclipsar.
eclipse the sun, and claws to command fire and teach the ways of wisdom.
The body of a dragon? The stories about Rex.
That much is true. But this is the only passage in the whole book. If we want to find out more, we'll have to continue our investigation. There's nothing further to discover here. It seems we'll have to look at other-
I come from a long lineage of exorcists, and our family too has amassed a number of ancient texts. Now that you mention the stove god, I seem to recall reading somewhere that this god once appeared at the-
Books are penned by people. All they can do is show what the author was thinking. Everyone's mind is different. I apologize that we could not help in a more
Your help thus far is quite ample. Liyue is a vast and rich land.
El Guba por aquí dando vuelta como un tonto.
Have left their trace. Thank you all. We will continue our investigation elsewhere.
Eso mismo que acaba de decir Saúl me ocurre a mí con Venti. Yo cuando vi a Venti dije, tío, ¿y esta tipa quién es? No sé qué, no sé cuánto. Y luego digo que es un hombre y digo, pero bueno, es que no se sabe diferenciar bien.
Hold up. I had a question too. Shincho, Chongyun, could you...
Food? Oh no. You're not thinking of taking...
Yeah, I totally am.
Xiangling, this is a major event. I beg...
What do you mean, strange?
mushroom slime stew to give one.
Okay, fair enough. That dish isn't my most popular. But that's why I'm doing all this...
Well, in that case, I like cold...
That's 'cause
Vaya,
you
comida
can't handle
fría.
hot
Un
and
tipo que
spicy,
nada más que
right?
sabe hacer magia de hielo. Qué raro.
Yes.
My tastes are on the mild side. I prefer gentle dishes with minimal seasoning. Soups and stews, vegetables and broth.
No surprises from the Guguag. Okay, another mild child. Got it.
These are just personal preferences, and everyone's are quite different. Are you sure this eclectic mix of...
Of course. You're my customers, and putting a smile on customers' faces is my calling as a chef.
Though Xiangling's
Es que es lo que tiene leer rápido, ¿sabes?
Her heart never strays from the noble path.
If anyone can win hearts and minds with their cooking, it's gotta be someone like Xiangling. No, where's all this praise coming from? Sorry for holding you all up. That's all I needed to know. Shall we carry on with the... Over to you, Cooking. Where to next?
Por eso la salto de vez en cuando, porque cuando termino de leerla digo, ya está, ya he leído lo que tenía que leer, a continuar. O sea, no voy a esperar a que terminen porque es como tú dices, se hacen lentas.
So we've learned the stove god allegedly made an appearance at the Guili Assembly. But today that place is largely a wasteland. Wangshuin is close by, so let's stop off there on the way over and...
Forgive us, for this is where we must part.
Yes, best of luck. If you run into any difficulties...
Let's go! Next stop, what?
Posada Wanshu. Posada Wanshu. Vamos, la posada... Tengo esto sin descubrir. Yo era porque era como que desperdiciaba mucho tiempo para las mismas misiones y dije no continúo. Pero me pasó, o sea, las conversaciones me da igual, en verdad.
Huh? Oh, traveler.
Madre mía,
Who
cuántas
are all
personas,
these
¿no?
people?
Friends of ours. Allow Paimon to introduce Xiangling, Guoba, and Kuchi.
Kuching? Of the Chishing?
Hi.
Hola. Hola, sí, soy yo la importante.
It's not that. It's... I mean, I'm just your typical commoner. I've never...
Look at that strong body, those powerful hands, and honest eyes.
So, is there something I can help you with? You've come a long way out to end up at Wangshu Inn.
Let me fill you in.
Vale. Le cuenta la historia de las piedras estas.
Okay.
Legends claim that the stove god once appeared at the Guili Assembly. As Wangshu Inn is the oldest extant building in this area, any historical texts from... Is there a room in this inn for storing books? And if there is, do any of them mention the...
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here. I remember looking through an old... If you're happy to wait here for a few minutes, I'll go have... Oh, traveler, there's some...
What is it? We need to pay up or something?
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here. I just wanted to ask.
A satisfying salad? What?
Yeah, guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella, not too tall.
Shh! Don't you think he...
Oh, right. Yeah. The boss told me to take care of him, but this guy, let me tell you, he is one tough... But the boss tells me you once made him a satisfying salad, and it all went down so well. So...
Oh, so this is for show! You guys...
Well, that's life, right? You gotta look out for your own people. All right then. Wait right here.
Clock is ticking!
Sorry for the trouble, traveler. Okay.
Sí, ahora tenemos que preparar cosillas.
Here you are.
A ver, le puedo dar como... No sé si automático. De forma automática se le puede dar. O sea, no habría ningún problema. Lo que pasa es que tardaría un poco más.
Let's make that satisfying salad! Xiangling, what are you gonna do? I'd love to come watch too, but I don't want to get in the way, so I'll just stay here with Kuching. Okay, shall we go then?
Go ahead and get started. I'll just watch from
Yo ahora
over
mismo
here.
no estoy dándole
I
clic
only need to
ninguno.
watch you make
Y
it
está de
once to
forma
have it
automática.
committed to memory.
Vale. Haz una ensalada saludable. Venga, vamos a hacer una ensalada saludable. La ensalada saludable... será este, ¿no? O sea, cocinamos. Automatizamos. Una. Venga. Y ahora entiendo que hay que subírsela arriba, ¿no? Venga. Con el sonriente. Ah, vale, vale. Tengo que hablar con él. Vale, vale, vale.
All right, thanks for that. I think I've got it now.
You got all the steps down, right?
Of course. Don't forget, I am the best chef around these parts.
Let's go see what Kuching and Xiangling are up to.
Hombre, si me da tiempo a hacer todo esto en este directo, mira, eso que me
You
llevo.
finished cooking? Good timing. We finished our reading too.
And? Useful? Or no?
Useful. There is a passage concerning the stove god, and it's not what we were expecting. I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the Guili Assembly. Many were settled there, where they hunted in groups, farmed the land, and made their living from what the soil yielded. When the stove god descended, one god became many, all of which were the height of children. As does a star when it descends into the world, so the stove god went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. With fire, the people at last learned to make hot food, and they dined on rice congee and cooked meat thereafter. This is a radically different account from the one given in Demystifying the Legends of Liyue, and also a conflicting one.
One god became many? Does that mean there was more than one stove god?
Taking the text at face value, that is what it says.
Went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. So did the stove god really go and teach people how to cook firsthand?
Now that's a god who truly cared for their people.
So, we've got two leads, but they contradict each other. How do we know which one to believe?
By continuing our investigation and reserving judgment for now. Thank you for this text, Yanxiao.
It's my pleasure, really. Think nothing of it. If anything, I should be thanking the traveler. Listen, you've helped me an awful lot. Not just today, but in the past, too. I want to make it up to you properly, and as it happens, things are pretty quiet here today. So, I'd like to take the chance to treat you all.
Vamos a comer.
What do you say? Will you stay for a meal?
Wow, he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I like that. Confidence is one of the best ingredients a chef can have. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
It's hard to refuse a generous offer like that. Yes, I think we can fit this in. Yanxiao, we await your culinary creations with great anticipation.
I won't disappoint.
Es que encima hablan de comida, ¿sabe? Que no... que no... Vale, aquí hay una misión secundaria, ¿puede ser? Supone que debo hacer ahora, ¿qué ocurre? Ah, esto no es nada, es solo que por poco el gerente me echa a la calle. Recientemente me ha estado buscando diciendo que quiere que invente una nueva receta para atraer más clientes. Dice que debe tener emplatado atractivo, un delicioso sabor y al mismo tiempo tener estilo y ser artesanal. Ah, y también ha de tener personalidad. Después de hacer pruebas durante varios días, el gerente no le dio el visto bueno a mis nuevas creaciones. Puse todo mi esfuerzo y apliqué todo lo que aprendí del tiempo que estuve como cocinero en esa montaña. Flores a la confitada, estofado de pato a la flor singing, albóndigas con pasta de cangrejo, pero haga lo que haga, el gerente está insatisfecho y me dice que siga pensando en otros platos. Ya me da vueltas la cabeza de tanto pensar. Encima de todo tengo que cocinar para este parásito. Para ese parásito. A estas horas ya debe estar aquí. ¿Quién más podría ser? Eres la única persona en este mundo que tiene el descaro de venir todos los días a comer a costa mía. Ya que está aquí, podrías hacerle compañía. Anda, veis a sentarte junto a él. Iré a servirles la comida cuando estés lista. Vale. O sea que esto es otra misión de estas secundarias, ¿no? Muy bien. Tengo que seguir... ¿Dónde tengo que ir? Ah, tengo que ir hacia abajo. Por aquí, ¿no?
Everybody, please be seated!
You think you own the place.
I'll sit here with Guba.
¡Alala! ¡Alala! Realmente es un gran festín.
Here we are.
Madre
That's
mía.
everything you ordered.
It all smells amazing. I think I've met my fellow finalist. It smells beautiful.
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't particularly known for its food.
Everyone likes a good meal, whether they're staying the night or just stopping by for a bite. We call it an inn, but the fact is it's much more than that. We have to cater to all aspects of daily life to make this a true home away from home.
Es el oso que siempre
Please enjoy
acompaña a
your meal at your
Changli.
leisure. I should get back to work now.
Yan Xiao, are you taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs?
Huh? You too?
Yep, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the prize. Your cooking's delicious, Yan Xiao. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the final.
Huh. Interesting. All right. I'll see you there.
What was that? Some kind of power move?
No, it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yep, he's a really talented chef. His food was excellent, and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of chef that could be a match for me. I haven't had any competitive cooking experience since my cook-off with Brooke in spring. You're too kind. Guoba, what are you doing?
¿Qué ha hecho?
Guoba's eating the...
Those were Kuching's. How could you steal them while she wasn't looking?
Oh, my golden shackles.
Guba malo.
You ate every last one? Ugh, Guoba, we've been through this. When we're with friends, you gotta be on your best behavior, okay? I'm so sorry, Kuching. I promise I'll make it up to you. What's the big deal? We can just get another plate. After all, it's Yan Xiao's treat today. It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back and change the feeling of despair as your food is snatched away from right under your nose. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all three to make it work.
I have to say, now that you mention it, that is a very accurate appraisal of the situation.
I'm gonna make it up to you, Kaching. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all. Whatever it is, I'll make it for you.
I don't have high hopes for this, but equally I don't want her feeling guilty. Okay.
Verás tú.
I'll let her do this
Verás tú
for
lo
me.
que le va a pedir.
If you insist, there is one dish that perhaps you could try making for me. It's an old recipe from my grandfather's notes.
No problem. May I see it?
I'll get it to you when we're back in Liyue Harbor. Traveler, have you finished eating? Before we do anything else, let's head back to Liyue Harbor. I need to fetch something.
From A to B. The best way to travel.
Vale. Tenemos que volver a Liyue, ¿no?
Wait, did I leave my apron outside
Pero
to dry?
antes... Hostia, los rayos, los rayos. Había un logro, que ya lo tengo hecho, que es la de que te tiene que alcanzar un rayo. Era maravilloso. O sea, tú no te puedes imaginar lo que tuve que yo pelear para encontrar un rayo que cayera encima. Un show, vaya.
Race you.
Vale, creo que estos eran todos, si no recuerdo mal. Vale, pues tenemos que ir a Liyue, ¿no? Liyue, por aquí. Venga. No, la verdad es que no. No morí. Sobreviví. Me quitó vida, obviamente, pero sobreviví. Es como el Zelda.
The rain has stopped. Come with me. Let's pick some matsutake.
Una doble. Acabo de ver una doble.
I need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's meet at Wanmin Restaurant later.
Great. I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? Are you gonna do your own thing for a while, or do you want to come in and have a seat?
I actually have something to discuss with him. You go ahead. We'll join you later.
Okay, gotcha.
Traveler, come here for a moment. I need your advice on something. What do I need to do to get along?
Seriously? That's what's stressing you out?
What's so strange about it? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself. Paimon thought you'd never need advice from anyone about anything.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so
Le quiere dar un beso, ¿te imaginas?
this time especially. And now she's desperate to do me a favor. So, is that supposed to mean... we're friends already? I'm just not used to dealing with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond? Okay. Noted. Thank you, Traveler. I'll see you again shortly.
What's making Kuching so self-conscious? Paimon thought nobody would be able to get under her skin.
Vale, vamos a ir a Xiangling, ¿no? Entiendo. Sí.
Hey, we're here! Hey, grab a seat. I'm just running through my ingredients to... Oh, we're gonna do this now? What is it? But this is your idea! Why you gotta dump it on Paimon? Ugh. Okay, so back at Longshu Inn, we noticed you and Kuching were getting along pretty well. So you really like hanging out with her, huh? Yep. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around. The kind of person everyone wants to know, right? You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met Kuching, Paimon found her pretty. You think so? I remember thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her sneaking treats to Goba back at Wangshu Inn? Yeah, she's great. We know that now. We're just talking about first impressions. First impressions? Oh, okay. Hey, have you guys eaten grilled shellfish before? They can be hard to crack at first, but they taste amazing that way. We've eaten shellfish before, but I don't think we've ever tried eating them grilled. Oh, you're missing out. I'll grill some for you another time. But anyway, Kuching's like a shellfish. Maybe a little closed off at first, but once you get to know her, she's got a soft and squishy side too. Not to mention that even after her favorite food was stolen away, she was still happy looking after Goba. I'm really grateful for that. You make a good point. You know, Xiangling's intuition for people seems really spot on. Is that why she took a liking to kuching so quickly?
Que eso les pasa a muchas personas que no saben bien conectar con otras, que pueden ser muy duras y luego una vez que las conoces y demás, ves que son personas muy agradables. Depende de la persona, ojo, no todos son así.
Alright, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab, and we still got some ham and mushrooms. I wonder what kuching's recipe is gonna be. Huh? What was that noise?
Uy, ¿y ese ruido?
What's going on?
¿Un bicho?
What the? That bird is huge! Ah, it's the ladybird!
Excuse me. One shall not be addressed
La preservadora de
in such
nubes. Hostia, no me acordaba de esta mujer.
One shall be known as Adeptus, whose name, should you care to mention it,
Hostia, no me
is
acordaba de
Cloud
esto.
Retainer.
Cloud Retainer. That does sound like an Adeptus name.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's enlightened words atone for the ignorant ones of her friend. A while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly that you hasten hither to partake in the Moon Chase Festival? Ah, so even the illustrious traveler has been summoned to attend the Moon Chase Festival. As expected, this year's theme stands proud against the test of public scrutiny.
The theme? You mean Feast of the Bounteous Land?
The very same. Moon Chase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients are ripe. Hence, it is a fitting time to enjoy the finest of foods. One noticed the relative pomp and ceremony with which this year's
Con
affairs
las
are being
alas
conducted.
cruzadas.
One could not abide to stand idly by. Let it be known that one's culinary proficiency and ingenuity is uncontested in all the world. Thus does one now appear in this realm, that those who inhabit it might witness
Cocinadora
one's latest
mecánica
creation,
suprema.
a
¿Qué
supreme
cojones?
cuisine machine.
Pues esto, estoy viendo ahí un cofre, ¿eh?
A Supreme Cuisine what? What's a Supreme Cuisine Machine?
A ver, no es una mujer, es verdad que es una grulla, pero hay que tener en cuenta que tiene voz de mujer, por lo cual interpreto que es mujer. O sea, no como humana, sino como animal, es hembra, por decirlo de una manera.
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and to greet. Nothing further. All shall be revealed before your very eyes when the time arrives. Traveler, you are one who has witnessed much of the culinary world. When the day comes, one would be most pleased to see you in attendance, offering your most vociferous ovations.
Oh, so we're officially invited?
¡Toma!
That which is implicitly understood needs not be made explicit.
Toma, oficialmente somos invitados de la ceremonia.
I shall say no more and dwell here no longer. Await my word. Be there or beware.
This bird always disappears just as quickly as she shows up. Wait, not bird, Adeptus.
Una iluminada.
Technically an illuminated bird, though? She seemed like someone very prestigious and very talented at cooking. She definitely loves her food.
What are you all huddled together over here for? The
Uy,
Adeptus left
uy.
already.
Yay, Kuching's back!
Ah, qué susto, pensaba que era otra
Kept you
persona.
waiting, Xiangling. This is the recipe from my grandfather's notes. They're not in the best condition, so rather than bring them out of the house, I just transcribed the recipe. Unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old, usually faded, damaged, or both. Some parts are missing from this recipe, too. Do you think you'll still be able to work with it?
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Give me some time. I need to look into it.
Sorry for the trouble.
Hostia,
You're all here? That voice sounds familiar.
Ganyu, ostras.
Sorry to interrupt
¿Cuánto
your
tiempo?
conversation. I was in the area buying a few things, and I heard the disturbance, so I felt compelled to come take a look.
You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street. Whatever adeptal power that was, she certainly knows how to make an entrance.
Lady Kaching, you saw her too? Do you, have a moment? I need to discuss something with you.
What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out?
No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about, something personal. Is that okay?
A personal matter? Involving me? Surely I haven't done anything
No, verás tú, se está rayando sola. Se raya, se raya.
This is really important to me.
Oh, okay.
I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she say anything about... me? When I was young?
Es verdad.
About your childhood? No, nothing at all.
Es verdad. Ahora me acabo de acordar de lo de la grulla.
Thank goodness.
Que siempre estaba hablando de Ganyu. Hablaba siempre de cuando era pequeña, de las cosas que hacía y demás.
So I was worried she might have bored you with some stories about me.
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to worry about.
Kaching, how are you not asking a bunch of questions right now? There's obviously some juicy gossip here. Aren't you curious to find out what it is?
Please, no, don't do that to me.
Of course not. Whatever it is, I'm not curious and I'm not going to ask. If Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way, nobody should make it their business to try and get it out of her. That's just basic decency, is it not?
Yes, ma'am. Paimon will never bring it up again.
Así me gusta Paimon.
Thank you. You're so kind and considerate. I've always seen that in you.
What's that got to do with... Honestly... Go on, you should be getting back now.
Oh my, you're right, I should. Okay, everyone, please excuse me. I should get back to work now. Take good care of Kaching for me.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Don't worry, Ganyu, we will.
Thanks. Hope to see you again soon.
Just ignore her.
Hey everyone! I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Do you think the Stove God could be an Adeptus too? Ooh, could be!
I don't want to assert either way, but it seems highly likely.
In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it. I think my master might be able to help.
Master? You mean your
Hostia,
teacher is an Adeptus?
¿tenía esta una maestra? No recuerdo.
She's over at Eugene Terrace. Come on, I'll introduce you.
No recuerdo que tuviera una maestra. A ver, es que Genshin y Ganyu trabajan como en la misma empresa. Y recuerdo que en la historia estuvimos haciendo cosas con Ganyu. Y vaya, al menos recuerdo vagamente eso, que eran conocidas. A ver si me acuerdo cómo era esto. Que por aquí he visto un cofre, míralo. Vale. ¿Dónde tenemos que ir? A la terraza de... ¿Cómo? ¿Dónde tenemos que ir ahora? Ve a la terraza de Yujin. Ve a la terraza de Yujin. A ver, a ver, a ver. ¡Ostras! Un personaje está actualmente en otra misión. No puede unirse a la misión actualmente. ¡Ah! Eso es porque... Espera. Haber empezado. Pero ahora no pasa nada. Había que hacerlo. Adastra en ese con su cuanto.
Add Astra.
Vale, voy a ver si con esto ya puedo hacer... Un personaje está... A ver, ¿qué le pasa a esto? Completa la misión Tetera Dulce... ¡No! ¿En serio tengo que continuar con eso? Hostia, pues me han destrozado. Vale. Pues lo que vamos a hacer... es... Vamos a dividir el... claro, es que tendré que hacer esto por narices.
Master! Oh!
Hello, Xiangling.
Madam Ping is Xiangling's master?
I did not expect that.
Master, how are you keeping these days? Are you well?
Oh, very well, thank you. What a surprise it is that you all had the time.
Hello.
Master, we came here because we have a question for you. Do you know about the stove god?
Of course I know the stove god.
Does this mean you know them personally?
Ah, I see. It's the Moon Chase Festival, isn't it? How interesting. So you came to hear some stories about the stove god.
That's right. We're investigating something that happened recently.
I see. The great stone surfaces. And so you open an investigation. I must commend your guesswork this far. I did indeed know the stove god of whom you speak, but it was a great many years ago. Moon Chase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti, not something in which the ordinary people of Liyue would ever partake. But over the years, they have sought to emulate it for themselves many times, giving rise to various festivals bearing the Moon Chase name. On nights when the moon shone bright, everybody would get together for joyful reunions. There would be fine food, fine wines, and choice teas. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moon Chase name to honor an old friend of his. In short, the heavens were our witness as we vowed to the moon to come together in joyful solidarity, to remember the past and reflect upon the present. That is the meaning of the Moon Chase Festival.
Rex Lapis.
That friend made many contributions to Liyue, and Rex Lapis would not have them go unrecognized. Turning this season into a commemoration of his old friend was also a way to honor that friendship. I can only presume that the Stove God Festival was one of the many subsumed into the Moon Chase Festival.
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld. It is to their detriment that we must now be the ones to inherit this duty.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself. Nothing would delight Rex Lapis more than to know that those who follow in his footsteps continue to value these traditions and are working tirelessly to do them justice.
Thank you.
Lady Kuching!
Huh?
Lady Kuching, Lady Ningguang wishes to speak with you.
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. If I'm not back soon, you'll find me at Ningguang's office.
Pues nada, sabemos que tiene que estar ahí. Ahora con qué sigo yo. Bueno, continuaremos con esta misión y ya está.
When she's got her work face on.
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis's friend was?
Oh! Paimon does!
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The story of the Lost Festival and the old friend are indeed one and the same. The Stove God was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is that the god is now gone both from the world and from people's memories.
How could that happen?
It is to everyone's regret that the Stove God passed. But gods cannot be fully destroyed, and we made a pact to wait until the land became fruitful once more. For perhaps The stove god would then return, albeit in a new form.
Really? Master, you must miss the stove god a lot, right? From the way you talk about it all, it sounds like you were the best of friends.
Yes. Thinking back on it all, there are many fond memories. I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her mind to, she will diligently pursue. It warms my heart and makes me want to give her a helping hand. Unfortunately, however, I cannot simply give her the answer, for the process is of great importance to her. Kuching's grandfather once researched the stove god, and now she follows in his footsteps. Since Kuching has inherited this conundrum, so too she must inherit the journey to its resolution.
You knew Kuching's grandpa?
Of course.
Hombre, ¿cómo no lo va a conocer, por favor?
People of Liyue among my good friends. I remember when he was the same age as Kuching is now. So young. Grandparent and grandchild are definitely made from the same mold. Both diligent enough to take on anything and bold enough to see it through to the end. I like to think of Liyue as my own little potted plant. I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful all the time. In the blink of an eye, the buds of yesterday are in full bloom today. It's wonderful to see. For new blossoms must bloom on the branches if the tree is to remain evergreen and ever young. My dears, you are absolutely right to focus your investigation on the stone. It is, as you suppose, the lost statue of the stove god, and within it lie all the answers that you seek. I should like to see the stone for myself if you would lead me to it. Perhaps the truth will emerge even as we watch on.
Joder. Bueno, vamos a ver. Mira esto un segundito. Vale, voy a la V. 80 y tantos metros, vamos para allá.
You're all here. I was just about to send someone to fetch you.
¿Y qué carajos pasa?
Kuching, has the stone undergone any changes?
A crack has appeared in one corner, but we still can't tell what's inside.
What happened? Did someone chip it while no one else was looking?
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have had no effect on it.
How would a natural occurrence crack it open?
This is because the stove god draws power from the actions of the masses. The heat of a busy kitchen, the joy of a reunion. Keep up the good work, and the truth will rise to the surface soon enough.
All the books say the stove god is the deity of food. So is the stone opening up because everyone's cooking for the festival?
Statues draw power from their people. So, if the stove god has dominion over cooking, could it be that the passion people put into their cooking gives power to the stove god? Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme, and now every chef signed up for the competition is busy preparing. Paimon's theory is not an unreasonable one.
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, the whole city's bustling with people, and that adds a lot to the festive atmosphere. So if the stone cracked because Liyue started getting festive, that must mean that when the festive fever peaks, it'll bust right open, right? That's gotta be it, right, Master?
Well, we'll have to see then, won't we?
Okay, the fact that cooking is involved gives us a perfect opportunity. The selections phase of Masterful Chefs will be held indoors and seen by only a few people, but the finals will be held outside in public. Everyone who wants to will be able to come and watch it. The atmosphere will be incredibly lively, no question.
And when the finals end, boom! We'll get to see who the stove god really is, right?
Tengo miedo. Tengo miedo a ver qué pasa con eso.
Well, I've already signed up, so I should be able to help.
Yes, for a chef as accomplished as yourself, getting to the finals should be a breeze.
All this talk of cooking competitions is making Paimon hungry. Oh, Paimon can't wait. It'd be great if Paimon could take a nap and then wake up when it's the finals.
¡Oh! ¡Misión completada! Vale. Hemos terminado. Vale, hemos terminado. Vale. Ojo. Hemos terminado una de las misiones. Perfecto. Vale, tenemos que continuar con estas, ¿no? Asuntos. O sea, entiendo que tenemos que... A ver. O sea, a ver. Me estoy medio perdiendo. Ah, ya son cosas que hay que hacer aquí. Vale, pero lo que es la historia está hecha. Vale. O sea, Festival de la Luna. Deberíamos hacer este. En este caso deberíamos hacer este. Ha inventado un nuevo aparato para cocinar. Vale, tenemos que hacer esto. Se desbloqueará 4 horas. Requiere fiebre festiva. Vale. O sea que habría que hacer esto. ¿Y qué pasa con esto, tío? Requiere fiebre festiva. ¿Qué carajos es eso, tío? Fiebre festiva. Prepara sin descanso la tradicional festival. Una serie de actividades festivas. Vale. A ver. Vale, quiero ver esto de los asuntos. Vale, dame un segundillo que quiero mirar esto. Y nada más que vea esto, vamos a terminar con el directo, que para mí ya es tarde. Al menos hemos hecho las 2 horas de directo que tenía ganas de hacer. ¿Y qué me cuenta esta? Necesito preparar otro lote de cofres. ¿A qué cofres te refieres? ¿Eres un viajero? ¿También vienes a participar en el Festival de la Luna? Bueno, llega justo a tiempo. Nuestro gremio de aventureros está organizando un evento por el festival. ¿Quieres que te cuente de qué se trata? Por el Festival de la Luna, el gremio de aventureros colocó unos objetos llamados talismanes lunares en varios lugares. Que los encuentres pueden llevarlos al gremio y canjearlos por varias recompensas. Además, el gremio ha enviado a un grupo de aventureros para que coloquen un gran número de cofres especiales en el campo. Esos cofres especiales están llenos de tesoros de todo tipo preparados por el gremio. Además de estos 2 eventos, el gremio ha preparado una serie de retos exigentes para aquellos aventureros de élite que quieran desafiarse a sí mismos. Específicamente, una serie de campamentos de monstruos. ¡Ostras! Vale. Mientras los monstruos sean derrotados, el gremio pagará la recompensa que corresponda. Por favor, te lo ruego, la mayoría de los aventureros se han ido a celebrar el Festival de la Luna. Por eso muchos encargos quedan sin respuesta. ¿Qué dices? Con tus habilidades seguro que podrás encargarte de esos monstruos. ¿Qué me queda? La recompensa no te decide nada, tranquilo. Estaré aquí mientras dure el Festival de la Luna. Así que, si tienes alguna pregunta, ven a buscarme. Entonces, lo dejo en tus manos, viajero. Que disfrutes del festival. Me cago en tus muelas. Vale, misión completada. Me imagino que esto es otra cosa. ¿Esto qué es? ¡Ostras! Ir a recoger. Proceso de recolección. ¿Qué cojones? Ah, que tendré que irme a esta zona a recoger cosas. ¿Puede ser? Vale, y rastros exquisitos. A ver que yo vea esto qué es. ¿Qué es esto? Ostras. Vale, entiendo que estos son como desafíos, ¿no? Algo así. No tienes manjar necesario, cocínalo. Ah. Vale. ¿Y si hago estas recetas?
Is there time for a quick snack? I'll whip one up in no time.
A ver.
Race you!
A ver, sube, que vamos a cocinar cosas. Ya por aquí, ¿no? En la cocina. No, era por aquí. Vale, necesito cocinar cosas. A ver. Necesito cocinar. Cocinamos una de estas. Venga. Confirmamos. Vamos para atrás. Tenemos que cocinar una de estas. Vale. Había que cocinar este también. ¿Qué más? Vale, necesito esto. Camarones de cristal deliciosos. Camarones. ¿Dónde está? Esto. Cocinamos. Autococinamos. Venga.
I can't decide whether...
Vale. Vale. Vale, será que habrá que hacer cosas aquí para conseguir historias, ¿no? Vale. Pues esto lo intentaremos hacer mañana. Bendiciones exquisitas. Desafío de protección de escudo, Ah, vale. Entiendo. Ok, vale, pues vamos a ir dejando ya por aquí el directito. Continuaremos haciendo esto porque hace falta. Mañana lo que haremos será continuar con esta misión. ¿Vale? Que hay que continuar. ¿Vale? Y ya está, una vez que tengamos hecho eso, avanzamos, ¿vale? Lo dejamos hasta aquí. Obviamente esto lo iremos dividiendo. Haremos la que corresponde sí o sí. Es decir, haré un vídeo, si no me equivoco, haré de esta de aquí. Esta de aquí haremos una división, luego haremos esta seguramente. Como esto hasta dentro de X requisitos más horas no lo puedo hacer, pues lo podremos dejar para el mismo domingo. Pero bueno, haremos eso. Y lo de la tetera pues lo haremos mañana. A ver si lo podemos quitar del medio. Y nada, yo seguiré haciendo cosas porque es que si no, no me da la vida. No me da la vida. Así que nada. Y no te preocupes, Saúl. No pasa nada si no has estado presente en el chat. Entiendo que estás haciendo tus cosas. No pasa nada. Dicho esto, me voy despidiendo. Muchísimas gracias por verme. Y nos vemos en el próximo directo. Chao, chao.